What a super lineup of programming, starting with what's on Channel 5 for this Easter weekend. So it was kind of annoying what happened before. It didn't record when I did a good commentary, scrambling the TV picture, which I guess it should have done anyway, because of the copyright. Sometimes the the software at YouTube doesn't care that you're just flicking through, and this wouldn't make a passable copy of anything you're showing. But to have a look round, let's see. Oh, it's the most cliched choice of them all. And I can't really comment on it properly because I've never really watched it all the way through, or really know that much about what it's about, except for kind of knowing the songs now. I do know that in its day it was a really big film. It was made in 1965, and the BBC struck a deal to show it free to air on terrestrial TV, I think in 75, and they had to pay £10 million, and for that they were only allowed to show it 10 times in total, which obviously meant over the next 10 years it was also stipulated as well. So that means, obviously, why it got its reputation for always being on at Christmas, because that's when they would show it. But also, showings on bank holidays when they used to do it, and Easter and New Year's Day is fairly common as well. And this is the most typical film choice, and really it's one of the only film choices the BBC have got this Easter, because they've not bothered to change their schedules for Good Friday and Easter Monday and show films. Last year, they actually had a showing of Disney's The Lion King on Easter Sunday on BBC One, which was a rare treat, because let's face it, that is not shown very often. But if you fast forward to this Easter, you've not got that really. So let's see, today on BBC One, you would not really be able to tell the difference between that and a normal Sunday. You even with the ongoing series there, that is Great Expectations. Would have been on last Sunday. BBC Two had a showing of Easter Parade, so we go into that. Inside the factory is food themed because it's a Jaffa Cakes factory, and they're just part of ongoing series. So it really is something that you could not tell the difference with, including the late film. Really, ITV1 have a late showing of Too Fast, Too Furious. They've been showing Stuart Little 2 on Good Friday afternoon instead of the usual daytime programmes. And tomorrow's film choice being Johnny English Reborn. Most of the other shows are still there, but at least they now change that for bank holidays. But you're not going to miss out on the likes of The Chase, though. Well, no, you're not. In fact, you're going to have to watch it at 6:30 on Easter Monday. And so you can't really tell too much difference. But it is a bit of a nod to it. It was kind of a surprise finding out that they were going to be showing the Bond film again on ITV2, because there's loads of family films being shown, and this is the second time it's ever been shown on free-to-air TV. But luckily it's available in HD for everyone to watch now, because they have unencrypted ITV2, 3 and 4 HD, which means you're not going to miss out on the full quality of that film if you haven't seen it. Gold are showing mainly a marathon of their murder mystery spoofs, Murder on the Blackpool Express, and the Murder They Hope series that spun off from it. And I quite like the fact that they've shown the Wallace and Gromit episodes over the Easter weekend as well, because that always has a holiday vibe. They do sometimes get shown by BBC One, but it's not happening this holiday weekend whatsoever. And Ghosts feels like a fairly premium choice for Gold. They've just got the rights to it. This series is going to get a fifth and final series shown on BBC One this year, and then there'll be no more of it. So that's not bad. Channel 4 can be summarised really in that they're showing a few family films, really. There's nothing too much other than that. The Chronicles of Narnia is not a bad choice, with the last film that they seem to make in that series. The adaptation of The Silver Chair still hasn't followed it. And they also showed Oliver, which is a pretty strong film choice, really. A classic that just suits Easter. The film that's kind of missing here, that they seem to now show around the Christmas season more than they do Easter at the moment, is Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I think that suits the sort of spring Easter feeling more than at Christmas, to be honest. And then Channel 5 they're not that different really, but they have been showing religious epics. They've shown Ben-Hur, and they've shown the Ten Commandments, which actually is pretty solid, and they have been the only channel willing to do it. But BBC Two, who are mostly the same, at least did show Easter Parade before. But Channel 5, they won't even do away with their Jeremy Vine usual phone-in show on Good Friday and Easter Monday. And Channel 4 also showed the SpongeBob SquarePants movie as a variation to its schedule at 7 a.m, going into the likes of the usual Simpsons, but their live studio show, which is good for Channel 4 that has done away mostly with those things, Sunday Brunch. And as special programming tonight, they're showing a one-off edition of the Bake Off that has celebrities and is for charity, Stand Up to Cancer, which I guess is only there because of the Easter weekend as well. It's worth noting as well that because of the sad death of Paul O'Grady, whatever ITV1 was going to show at 8 o'clock has been changed to show a tribute programme. And also he has filmed, just before he died, he actually did finish a series of For the Love of Dogs, and that is going to air posthumously, that's the word, on ITV1, as it would have done as well. So the other really bad death that we had in 2023 is Paul, a member of S Club, who was only 46. So that is sobering. The Hobbit is quite a good film choice on Channel 5 as well, I guess. It makes it a bit more premium. That's Easter Sunday. That's the final one in the trilogy, the Desolation of Smaug. If I was to comment on it, it would be that it's a bit battle heavy rather than story heavy. And it's worth saying as well, the Secrets of the Chippendales Murders, yeah. But following that, on Easter Monday on BBC Two, the one thing that is different there is showing The Graduate. A showing of that film from 1968 replaces the slot where Newsnight would obviously be, if it weren't for that. Sky One has a few changes as well, because they tend to actually have changes. So it seems to be Elvis themed. Football Funniest Moments is there in place of usually Modern Family, isn't it? And Fresh Prince of Bel-Air repeats. And Easter Sunday has live sport that they wouldn't normally have, I don't think, because usually you have to subscribe to that, but they occasionally show it on there. And a new series of Court and Dashcam, I'm into that. Believe it, Series 4 on Sky Witness. And for your classic soaps, they are off tomorrow. ITV3 is usually Carry On Movie Marathon Obsessed, but you can still watch classic EastEnders. So there you go. It's kind of a passable weekend of Easter TV with a few things where they paid attention to providing a special programme. But as usual, nothing really out of this world. I think years ago they did make big new programmes for the Easter weekend, like they would the Christmas weekend. And I said Christmas weekend. Well, it sometimes actually is. But now that doesn't tend to happen. It's just the best of repeats, I suppose, or the best films. That's what it is. It's not a brand new show, or a one-off special drama, or a one-off special comedy, or whatever, like it used to be. But it isn't. It's like half decent this Easter. I would actually say it is. So there you go. So happy Easter.